are live. We are alive.
Are alive. Let's crack open.
What is up, girl? Oh my gosh.
Nothing. I had my morning's been a little crazy. David couldn't find his keys, and so he was feeling frantic.
Oh
and I'm
no.
all trying to zen. I'm like,
yeah. I saw that little cute post that you did about sticking your feet in the grass.
yeah.
I was like, oh, you're so beautiful.
You're so pretty. I was like, it's dark outside. What's up? I'm up and it's dark. That's not.
Yeah.
That's so not normal for me.
Wow. Good morning, guys. Oh my gosh.
What's up?
Lucas Peterson. Hola.
Lucas! Hi! He's my favorite person. I love Lucas. You guys,
so cool.
if you want to hear uplifting positive stories along with us, of course, you can check out Lucas's podcast called Just Sway Podcast.
Just Sway, right?
You can find him on Instagram and Facebook, and he's got a link to his podcast on his channels, but I'll link it below.
Yeah, we'll put it in the description.
Comment with your link so people can listen. He follows a lot of people's stories and a lot of how they relate to our favorite band, Blue October.
Just so cool.
Sway is a song. Sway is a song.
Okay.
It's my favorite. It's actually my favorite song.
I'm gonna have to hear it. I haven't listened to that one.
It's my favorite song. And he talks to people and kind of hears their story and how they found the band and like how the band has like helped them, but mostly focuses on like their trial that they went through and how they're getting through it, or just like really good feel good stories.
I love that. That's awesome. Good job, Lucas. Keep up the good work.
Yes.
And definitely put your link in the chat so I can put it in the description of the.
Yes.
There you go.
Sweet.
Awesome.
I love it.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, how are you? What has been up? I mean, I know we kind of chatted a little bit here and there, but I feel like this last week was kind of crazy.
I've been a little quiet this week. I've been focusing on just video editing and stuff like that. Just trying to stay creative, I think, because that's kind of something that I'm feeling right now, so I don't want to lose it.
Oh, that's good stuff. I dropped the ball this last week. I didn't release Far Out Friday on Friday.
No, it's fine.
I meant to edit it on Thursday, and it just didn't happen. And then Friday came, and then Saturday came. I think I finally did it on Sunday. I don't remember, but
yeah,
that was a fun episode.
It was. Oh my gosh, Psychedelic Santa. If you guys haven't checked that episode out, you have to, because it was really fun to talk about that. And yeah.
Yeah, we went down the little rabbit hole of Christmas traditions and just some fun things, and you never know what you're gonna find on the internet.
And you never really know what you're gonna get with me.
Poor
Crystal.
That's why I love you.
That's why I feel bad for you.
I'm a wild card too.
I mean,
you're so funny.
Not really. You're kind of a good girl.
No! My friend had this quiz. She had this quiz up, like, how many things have you done on this list of 20 things?
Yeah.
And I guess I didn't read it right. It said, how many things have you haven't done?
Oh, no.
And I actually got 13 out of 20.
Oh.
But she got 18 out of 20. So when I put 13, she's like, oh, that's because you haven't lived yet, girl. I'm like, wait, what? And I'm looking through. I'm like, oh, wait, it says haven't done. So I'm like, 7.
So you did it wrong.
I did it backwards because I don't read. I'm terrible. I never read through stuff, and I always pay for I pay for that. I need to. That was a big problem for me in school.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't thoroughly read the question, and then I got the problem wrong.
Yeah.
I gotta not mess with this thing. I messed with our screen on Discord, and so it messed with our OBS.
Oh yeah, like that happened to me one episode too.
I forget doing that. I'm like, don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Leave it alone.
It's all good. But yeah, so it's New Year's Eve. Crazy. Thank the heavens, man. I'm done with. I know. Okay.
I know.
The year is just a concept. It's not really
It's never
Friggin-
over. It's always
It,
now.
somebody posted a meme the other day and it was super funny, but not funny because I was like, wait a second, no. She's like, it said something like, did you ever realize that the way the next year's sounds is 2021 and like WON, like 2021? I'm like, that's not funny.
No.
And then my friend Elizabeth adds on the bottom, you mean 2022? I'm like, no, that's like Groundhog's Day of 2020. No. But you know what, guys? It doesn't matter if this year repeats year after year. What matters is your perspective and how you're going to handle it all. And I can tell you, I will never have another 2020 ever again.
Yeah, because hell and heaven are inside of you. So you can make your year like hell, or you can make it like heaven, depending on the way that you want to see the world, depending on the way that you choose to allow yourself to view the world. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's what's great about, the journey of life. Is that we learn new perspectives, and sometimes we learn some things, and sometimes we gotta learn them again.
And again, and again,
and again,
and again, in different forms until you finally get it. It's like, okay, universe, I understand now. We don't need to repeat this lesson again. Right?
I know. I'm like, come on, I learned this one. Stop.
Yeah. But that's the thing, is when you really do learn it, it will stop.
Exactly.
It's not like out to get us. Like, nothing is out to get you, really.
No,
like, if you really
there's no
think
conspiracy.
about it.
There's no conspiracy to take you down, really. I mean, there's not.
I feel like there's
maybe for some people,
I feel like there's people in the world that are out there to take people down, but that's just my perspective. I don't know.
Some people just they're bored and they have nothing better to do than want to hurt people, and it's really sad. I feel really sad for people that feel the need to just try to damage people because
Yep.
Come on, everybody, let's
get something better to do.
Yes.
That's because, people choose to focus on other people instead of, like, fixing themselves, instead of working on themselves and doing their shadow work that they should be doing. Yeah. That's classic.
Good morning, Michelle and Rashawn. Hi.
Morning.
Oh my gosh, I love you guys. I'm so glad you're tuning in. Thanks for coming on. We're just getting started here. We're talking about perspective and New Year's and resolutions. And I was looking up about resolutions. I mean, I already know like how it all works and what all that great stuff is, but oh my gosh, wait, Lucas just mentioned something.
I know, I see it.
Are you talking about green lights, Lucas? Because green lights is my favorite.
She talks about this book all the time. I haven't read it yet.
You have to read it or listen. We listened to it on Audible. But Matthew McConaughey, I know he's like famous or whatever, but he's just an amazing being. He's so like unique and kind of crazy, but also really down to earth, and just has a really great like process of how he does things, and his whole perspective on life, especially now, is just really great. And I love his new book that he came out with called Green Lights. But what does Lucas say? Has a great quote. I believe the universe is conspiring to make me happy.
Yes.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Good. I love that.
Exactly.
That's how I feel too. I feel like the universe will always take care of us. I just, I've always had this weird like voice in my head that tells me like you're always going to be taken care of. Like, don't worry about anything. And I feel like that's a message that everybody needs to hear. Like, don't worry about anything. Worry is a waste. It's a waste of time and energy and feelings. And, like, if we just live with love flowing out of our hearts, that's how we should be living with one another, Don't live with worry. Live with love,
Exactly. Because, honestly, worry doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything good.
Don't worry about it, Lucas. You're good. We appreciate your
you
comments.
Comment all day. We like that.
All day.
Thanks for coming on. Comment all the time. We appreciate the added conversation. Jessica and I get on here and we have our weekly conversation, is what I like to say it is.
Yeah.
And we let you all in on it. And I just love, I love talking. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a talker. I like to talk a lot, and I love talking to you, and I love talking to all of our friends that come on, and it's just really good and uplifting. And I mean, that's why we did this, because we were looking for a way to bring positivity into our own lives, and hopefully we are helping others too.
Yeah.
That's actually, like, if I can help one person, then
mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. Yes, for sure. But I was looking up New Year's resolutions, because obviously everybody does that this time of year.
Everybody.
And I mean, not everybody does it, but like a lot of people make it a point to, like, I'm going to change my life on January 1st. And I was reading this article that says most resolutions fail, and that only 19% of the people that make them on January 1st keep them, but most of them are abandoned by mid-January. I'm like, mid-January? I'm like, y'all didn't even give it, a week, 2 weeks or whatever. No,
if you want to do something, do it now. Like, and why wait till January?
It says it fails because they set it to be on January 1st. You can't set a goal unless you're actually ready to do it. If you're not ready to do it, it doesn't matter what date you have picked, especially if you're like forcing it on January 1st. If you're not prepared for that goal, you're not going to succeed. If you haven't committed fully to that goal, you're not going to succeed. It talked about like, if you're going to go to the gym and work out more,
that's a big
you're
one.
Essentially, it's a huge one. Everybody was like, I'm going to the gym. You're essentially committing to spending less time with your family, and you're having to take that time to go and do this thing for yourself. And if you're not mentally like thinking that, then you're not gonna be able to commit to it, because you're gonna be like, oh, this isn't working. So the key, I was looking at mindful goal setting, and it talks about SMART goals. I'll post the links to these articles that I read.
So funny.
But there's these 5 basic stages of SMART goals, and it says be specific. Have it be measurable so you can track it. Something that's achievable. I mean, I'm not gonna go be like, I'm gonna go run, I don't know,
10 miles a day.
I'm gonna run 10 miles a day. I've never run at all.
With yourself.
No, there's no running for me.
Not for me either.
No, I have asthma, and if I run, it like gets really bad. So I have to do things that are not super crazy. Weightlifting is great for me, but I'm not going to set a goal that's unachievable. Also, it says to set a relevant goal and a time-bound goal. So something that you can say, I'm going to do this for this amount of time, or you have like a deadline, I guess, to meet. I think that those are key ingredients to actually achieving a goal. I don't know. Do you have any, like, I know it's like cliche, but do you have any New Year's resolutions or goals for this year?
I don't really, because I never really do set New Year's resolutions. I try to like think of myself as like, I have to evolve every day. I have to try to be better than I was yesterday every day. And so, like, it's not like a super intense thing, but it's just like how can I be better today thing, And I feel like that's more important for me, and it's easier for me to accomplish, because it's like in the forefront of my mind. It's that day, like, what can I do better today? That helps me to stay on top of it. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm going to set this goal like, a year in advance or whatever, and that's when I'm going to do it. No, we have to do it every day. It's like you're this little butterfly, and you have to like reinvent yourself, personal, spiritual, and whatever, metamorphosis, I feel like is really cool.
And working on yourself every day is consistent. It's
it keeps you like going and keeps you on it.
It does.
Yeah.
That's how I like with my I've been working on this segment called how to feel more accomplished.
Yeah.
And part of that is a daily routine, and I am the worst with routine. Like I've said this before, this is the longest thing I've done for 9 weeks in a row. I've done it consistently, and
10 weeks
I want to
actually, right?
Oh yeah, that's right, 10 weeks, because
yeah, we did one episode in the beginning.
we did an episode prior and it got deleted, and we're actually gonna bring that episode up a little bit today.
Yeah.
Because we want to. It kind of ties into just making some conscious decisions of change and good things for you and the earth.
Yes, because we're all connected. You know, people try to think of like the earth as outside of themselves, but it's not. It flows through us, you know, and we flow through it, and we're all connected to the earth, and so we need to take care of it, and it'll take care of us.
Yes.
And we'll talk about that more later, but
yeah, I mean, so like I've been working on that segment of like daily goal setting, and I've talked about the top 6 before, but I'm actually going into a little bit more in depth of like things that I do that help me be better each day. And the number one thing, and I know it's so silly and I'm the worst at it, is get enough sleep.
Yeah.
Even then, like going to bed early, and I hate going to bed early. I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm going to miss out, but it's so good for you, because when you go to bed early, you can wake up early and you feel so refreshed. Like if I go to bed at midnight or 2 a.m. or whatever, likely I'm still going to get up at like 6
and you're going to be dead.
Exhausted. But even if I wake up at like 9, I don't feel, it just feels like, one, my whole day feels like it's shot. And I still feel pretty sluggish, even if I got the amount of sleep I needed. So I can attest to going to bed early and how it makes you feel good. And I know some people are like, I gotta be up at work, at this time to get to work, on time. But I mean, I guess I have a flexible schedule in the sense that I don't have to get up at a certain time. I make my own schedule because I work from home and I homeschool my girls. But I will tell you that if I don't get up on time and we don't start school on time, I'm not only doing school like all day, I'm also working all day and all night because I have things I have to complete for my job. And then, of course, I have my hobbies, which lately I've been adding a lot of hobbies to my plate.
I know you do.
It's all good stuff. So,
I know, but even if it's good stuff, it's still important to not overextend yourself. You have to reserve your energy. You have to reserve it because you will burn yourself out if you're not careful. And I always have to remind you of that because I know you. Your heart's in the right place. But, you do all these nice things for all these people, and it's beautiful. But you have to remember to take care of you first.
Well, I will say that, I mean, obviously I'll always be here.
Yeah.
But I will be very busy this month because David bought me some kind of like 30-day crash course on producing music.
Yes!
And I know. I was at first I was kind of like, oh, it's whatever. It's not going to do that. But now that I've taken the onboarding class and taken the music theory class, because they want you to do that before class, because class starts January 4th.
Oh.
It's legit.
That's awesome.
I was like, this is some good stuff. And I'm trying to decide like which system I'm going to get, because they recommend, what was it, Pro Tools, which is quite expensive. And I mean, I guess I get like a teacher discount because I'm homeschooling. Yeah. So that's cool.
That's awesome.
Like, hey, I get a discount? Sweet.
That's so cool.
But like, yeah, I'm like, oh, but a lot of these software programs now, you can't buy them and own them anymore. You have to subscribe to them. And really kind of a bummer. So if anyone out there recommends a good, music production software, tell me.
I mean, FL Studio is good.
So yeah, I don't know why they're not really promoting FL Studio in this class. They had like 4 systems, and it was like Ableton, Logic Pro and Pro Tools. And there was one more. There's one more that was actually free. But like they were talking about expanding on sounds and all these things, and these other ones work really well, at least for whoever this person is that I'm taking the class with. That's what they use. And I know a couple of my other music friends who produce, they use Pro Tools. I hope I can handle it.
You can.
It's a lot.
You can
It's
do
a lot.
it. You can do it. Just make sure to focus, Don't overextend yourself while you're doing the class.
Jennifer says hi. Hi, Jennifer.
Hello, Jennifer.
I don't have my glasses on. I probably should put my glasses on so I can read.
Beautiful,
She
Jennifer.
says, take a look at Linux and open source software. Okay, I will look at that. Yeah, because it's like, even with my Illustrator, because I do a lot of graphic design work, and my Illustrator program that I had is outdated, and now in order to get it, I have to subscribe, and I'm like, ugh, terrible. It's not cool, people. Give it to me. I want to use it now. I have to be mindful of my spending. So I'm like, do I really need that? Do I really need that?
I know.
It's just the world, people. I know. I should find hobbies that don't cost so much.
I think every hobby costs money. I don't know. Every hobby that I've ever wanted to do costed a lot of money.
I mean,
it's an investment into your happiness and into like a potential future with something that you'd want to do, though, So.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why, it's spending with mindful intentions of joy.
Yeah.
If it's bringing you joy, budget for it and do it, because I think a lot of us, especially as parents, we sometimes say, "Oh, I don't need that. I don't need that. I can't afford that. I'd rather give this to the kids." Yes, I understand that, but when you're doing things that make you happy, everybody's happy. I mean, happy wife, happy life. What's the saying? I'm like, no, what's the happy mom one? Happy mom.
I mean, I think it's
sing along.
Yeah, sing along.
Happy mom, sing along. Okay, so I was known as a kid for making up rhymes all day.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, and it was terrible rhymes, but it was just. I just thought it was fun. I was the white rapper of the 90s,
Aside from Eminem,
Oh my gosh. So, I've been doing some research for our Far Out Friday episode.
Yeah.
And one of the episodes that we've discussed doing eventually is on these celebrity conspiracy theories about people who might be dead.
Really
and they have,
dead.
They're dead and they've created a clone, and so I was watching this whole video on Eminem, and the video I watched is actually kind of lame because she just debunked all the conspiracy, and I'm like, that wasn't fun at all.
I know.
Why did she?
Let us have a little mysterious stuff in our life. What's wrong with
she's
you?
He looks different because he has stubble. He looks different because he got old, and I'm
okay, how about he looks different because he's not real? Okay, maybe he's a deep fake.
Okay.
What about that?
I don't.
What about deep fakes?
Okay, if you think about fake, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. If you haven't watched the last episode of Mandalorian, oh my gosh, I love the Mandalorian. Okay, and it's so good. I love Star Wars, but I never was really crazy Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
But Mando got me good. I love Mando. The latest episode, there's a big reveal, and I won't tell because I don't want to ruin it for anybody. But there is a person that comes on on the episode, and this person in real life is super old. I shouldn't say. Yeah, no, they're pretty old. Yeah, and they CGI'd him to look like he's 20 again, because the shot of this of Mandalorian dates back to, I'm gonna screw this up, fans, but it goes back before. It's when is it Return of the Jedi? I don't know. I'm gonna mess it up, so I won't say.
But it.
But they CGI'd him to look 20, and it looks super real. And then that got me going. How many other people are CGI'd?
I mean,
now we're getting
lot.
into the...
Yeah, okay. I'm a total weirdo about conspiracies about deep fakes and things like that. And so, yeah, I love all that stuff. But, okay, we're talking about New Year's.
Goals. I'm trying to read these comments without wearing my glasses.
Oh, what are they saying? You gotta read them.
So Jennifer says she hates all subscriptions. Yeah, girl, I get it.
Me too.
And she said that's how I live my life. I get what I want. If I want makeup, I'll go and buy it. You know what? And that is the freedom of being an adult and making your money and doing what you need to do for yourself, because you can do what you want to do, and ain't nobody gonna tell you what to do with your stuff. I mean, obviously pay your bills and take care of your family, but like if you have extra money and you want to buy something for yourself, you should treat yourself good. And then Rashawn agrees, right? Yeah, I know, right? Carrie Fisher was CGI'd in the last Star Wars movie. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Jessica will understand, she said.
I do.
So, honestly, just tapping on the fake things that happen. I mean, technology is pretty crazy, y'all.
I know.
And, we can't always believe what we see. It's kind of scary. I don't know. You watched Black Mirror, right?
Yeah.
So
that show freaked me out.
I love that show.
That show freaked me out.
There's a couple. The video game episodes are my favorite, but like, there's a couple episodes. There was one episode, I think it was with Miley Cyrus.
Okay.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
And wasn't she in like a coma, and they used like a fake thing.
Yeah.
To use her music, and they made this thing, and it totally goes along with that thought.
They were they were using her image, like CGI or whatever.
Robot.
Yeah, they were making it super robotic or whatever, but they were using her brain to make music while she was in the coma.
But she was making a bunch of hate songs in her coma, wasn't she? And they were like, "What is this garbage?"
I think she was doing that when she was off that medication that they were giving her or something like that.
Yeah. It's a good show. That's a good show, you guys. I mean, it is
my
weird.
Throat's
especially
so messed up today. So messed up.
I have tons of allergies, so I feel ya.
I am literally clearing my throat so hard, and it's so stupid. It's not like I'm sick. It's just I always have that where I feel like I have to clear my throat like 10 times.
I was thinking about that. I feel so cautious now to be like, I'm not sick. Like, if you cough, everybody's like,
oh my gosh, don't sneeze in public. Don't sneeze in public. Like, dude, one time
don't sneeze or burp in your mask.
Oh, whoa. No, like, one time I was drinking something, and I think we were in a restaurant. Yeah, I was in a restaurant, and I was drinking my drink, and it went down the wrong pipe, and I started choking on it, and I was coughing to try to cough it up, and people were looking at me like, why the frick are you here?
You're like, you got the Rona.
I'm not sick, I can't drink, okay? Like, I'm the worst person. I will dribble all the time. I always spill all over myself. Hey, what's up? How are you? Good morning. But yeah, so I was choking on my water.
That's a friend of mine from work.
Oh, hello.
He's tuning in from India. What's up, man?
Welcome.
It's so good. I love seeing all my peoples on here.
I know.
It's like a reunion.
That's so awesome.
Reunion that we can't have right now. I'm like,
hey, someday soon,
y'all. We'll be partying. We'll be going to concerts again. Oh my gosh. I was thinking back to the best year we had of concert going. It was spectacular. I mean,
know.
Like that whole adventure to Florida, and
dude, driving from Arizona to Vegas and then flying to Florida. Oh my gosh, that was so amazing. Yeah. We had a good time.
So Jessica, I did some crazy stuff we wanted to go to Florida, and the cheapest way to get there was to fly out of Vegas, and we lived 4 hours from Las Vegas, so we rented a car. We drove out to Vegas, had some fun in Vegas, went to Guy Fieri's. We went all over.
So
it was
good
times. And then we flew to Florida, and we gosh, we didn't get any sleep because we took a red eye.
Nope.
And we went to Clearwater Beach, and we tried to go to sleep on the beach, and that didn't work out. Ooh. So then we're like, okay, we need to get ready. What? Wait, what?
No, so then we went to get pedicures after that too.
That's right. Chairs. We were so tired. We're like, okay, well, let's just get a pedicure. So we got a pedicure. That was so much fun.
That was so
And then we were like, I really feel like I need to shower, and so we just like rented some seedy motel.
Yeah.
That place was gross.
It was totally weird and like in a really not so great place area, and but it was just whatever. We rented it for the shower basically.
Took a shower and got ready, and then had fun. We went
to go meet up with my friends.
Yeah, so we met Jessica's friends who are all musicians. They're really awesome. They're in a band called Freak.
Yeah.
And they're really great. They play lots of good stuff. They've inspired me. Ever since I met them, I've been so inspired to just keep on the music, because watching them, it's just very inspiring.
I still have the wine bottle. I have to like bring it over. Hold up.
So we went to they had like an anniversary party, and Jessica performed at it.
It was so awesome. I keep the wine bottle. They had wine made.
We gotta share it.
It's dusty.
We gotta share that video.
But it's got all their names on it.
It was fun.
Oh, they're so cute. I miss you guys. If you ever watch this episode or whatever, just know that I love you guys. Brent, Brett, Brantley, my burrs.
All the names. Lots of B names that I used to mess up all the time. I'm better at it now.
Yeah.
But they're really cool. We got to spend some time with them. I got to see my brother and my friend Christine. And we saw Garrett, and it was like the best trip ever. And we drove from Tampa to Orlando to Fort Lauderdale, and then we saw Justin Timberlake, and we had floor tickets to Justin Timberlake. And I wasn't an NSYNC girl growing up, but I just love everything that Justin was doing, and that show was actually one of my favorite shows. It was a very good performance. It had like this stage that came out kind of like a snake, and so like he wasn't just on the stage, he like went through the whole thing.
The stage was amazing. It wasn't like you had to be in the front row or anything like that. It was like a swirl, so he could literally like travel through the audience, and it was just the coolest thing. I was so happy that he did it that way.
That was such a good experience. I really missed going to shows.
God. And then I found out that I actually knew your brother before I ever met you. That is what freaked me out the most about this trip.
This is like Twilight Zone, people.
Okay.
This is so weird. It's not even funny.
I knew her brother in a video game, and we played a video game together before I ever met Crystal. And I never met her brother in person. So that, to me, just like blows my mind.
And he lives in Florida.
Yeah.
Like, what are the odds that
so weird.
You guys would be gaming together, and it's my brother. It's so weird.
And then we're like best friends.
He's just like, what?
Yeah, when we found that out, we were like, what?
Good times, man. The world is so mysterious sometimes. Yes. But, you know, there's no coincidences in this world.
There's no coincidences.
We're all meant to be connected in one way or another.
Definitely.
But, so, okay, I got way off topic today.
I know.
But as far as, like, setting goals this year, just remember that, you know, I don't know what 2021 is going to be like. It might be a lot like 2020, but if you look at this next year and say, you know what, I'm gonna try to make these changes in my life that are changes that you have control of, um, as much as you can.
Yeah.
Um, that feeling of failure won't be able to come because you're gonna take charge of it. You're gonna plan, and have you're gonna do things that are attainable. So
Yeah.
make sure that your goals are geared towards things that you know in your heart that you can achieve. And if you don't do that, it's more than likely that you're not going to be able to achieve your goal. But like something that we talked about first episode is we were talking about this documentary called Kiss the Ground,
Yeah.
and Jessica actually knows a lot more about it than I do. You want to explain what that show's about?
Sure. I love Kiss the Ground. So it's a movie about the way that we farm in this country in particular. And it's a lot about the soil because the soil is very important for the health of our planet, basically. So basically what it was pointing out is the way that we're doing things currently is wrong. The way that they till the soil is wrong. The way that they keep the cattle in feedlots is wrong. So it's all like adding up to this really like climactic point where basically if we keep going on that path of how we're farming and right now, we're going to have 60 years left on this planet.
So scary.
So I know that it's scary for a lot of people, but the thing is though is that they have found a way to turn it around. And I feel like it's really important to focus on that because that's where we can come in and help. So on a large scale, farming in this country is broken, and I don't know how to affect it personally, like on that large scale. I feel like there's people in positions of power who should learn about this stuff and take action in that area that they're in charge of. So, it's important for them to be educated on the soil and the health of the soil and stuff like that. And about spraying, because for one thing, okay, so the stuff that they are spraying on the food, on the crops, was actually developed by a Nazi scientist who was the same person who created the gas for the gas chambers that they put the people into. They basically slapped a different label on it and brought it over here and have been spraying our food with it ever since the war. Like, literally. So many years.
So terrible.
And so that's why we have seen that's why we have seen an increase in cancers and like all kinds of bad health problems.
Food allergies. There's all kinds of
there's so many things. Because
that's happening.
What it does is it kills the bugs that are eating the food, but it also kills your stomach bacteria because that's bugs too. And like we need to think more green. We need to think around that problem, and we need to stop farming the way that we've been farming. And we need to think more with nature, co-planting and, planting things together that work well together. Like, how the Native Americans used to plant corn, and then they would plant the beans, and then they would plant the squash together.
Right.
Because that whole system worked really well together to keep the soil healthy and to allow them to grow nicely together. And so, but more importantly for us to focus on, I think now, is the drawdown. So there's this thing called drawdown where they can actually plant plants and it pulls down the carbon out of the atmosphere. So it's reversing the global warming thing. I know that there's a lot of people out there who don't believe in global warming, and it's whatever. But the fact of the matter is that there's way too much carbon released into the atmosphere because of the tilling of the soil. And they're not allowing the cattle to graze naturally. So it's just, whenever people get involved on a large scale like that, it causes problems for everything.
Nobody lets things take its natural course.
It needs to be a natural ecosystem. If we think, if we think like this world is our terrarium and we want it to be healthy and green and vibrant and lush, then why are we separating things into compartments so much? That,
Right.
you know,
Not letting them cohabitat as
yeah,
they were meant. As they
yeah,
were meant. In fact, one of my goals this year is to eat more things that grow in the ground.
hmm,
But on top of that is try to cultivate those things myself,
yeah,
because it's hard to know what you're buying these days.
yeah, because it's
You
all
know, it says,
sprayed.
yeah,
It's,
it says
you know,
organic. You know what's in my stuff. And
hmm,
I bought this book called How Not to Diet.
yeah,
Um, and it's by the guy who created nutritionfacts.org.
hmm,
And it's really, I mean, I don't know if it's true, but he says that he doesn't, he's not trying to profit off of this stuff. In fact, he says that all the money that goes to this book, he gives it to charity, and all the money that, like, he doesn't have ads on his website, and he doesn't have ads on his app. Um,
hmm,
and as a developer, you know, if you want to make money, you gotta have ads on there, unfortunately. But I know that from my job. And when I was on this guy's stuff, he didn't have any of that, and you don't have to pay for it. And so I I I think that he's being genuine in the fact that he just wants to help people. But the main thing about his book that I was reading is that he says we need to eat more things that come out of the ground that are not sprayed with chemicals, and
hmm.
he's promoting
And
that
we need
same
to teach
logic.
our children how to grow those things for themselves, and
We do.
we need to be able to have the space to grow things ourselves. And honestly, it doesn't really take that much space. That's another part of something that I was watching. I don't think it's directly connected to Kiss the Ground. Maybe it is. But there's this actual like new wave of people who are realizing that they can grow a lot of food in a very limited space. You
They
know,
really can.
so, I mean, that's something to definitely look into and be mindful of. That we really don't need that much space to grow the types of things that we need to eat in a whole year. Like the things that
Right.
they were growing fed them and all of their guests for the whole year. So, I mean, I feel like that's really beneficial.
It's so beneficial, and that's something that I really liked about this year,
Hmm.
is that it has caused many of us to become more self-efficient, and more
Hmm.
um proactive in that. Like, I know
Yeah.
so many people who started a garden this year that had never done that before. I mean, we have one.
Yeah.
And if even if you rent, or even if you live in a tiny apartment, you can make these little boxes and create these little gardens. And if you need help doing that, just message me, because that's what
Her and
that's
her
what Kate
husband
and
are
I.
awesome with that. They're
I
really
mean,
good with
he's awesome. I
plants.
just play along because he's the
You're
plant.
both
You're
awesome.
better at plants than me.
I love plants. I talk to them like they're my children, like because the way that I understand energy is that whenever you do something, whatever you touch, whatever you focus your intention and your attention on, that carries a piece of you forever.
Hmm.
Your energy goes into that and it never leaves it. And so like
Made with
the
love.
same thing with plants. Yep. You focus your attention on them and you tell them, "Oh, you're so beautiful. Thank you so much for growing. Look at how gorgeous you are." Like if you do that, they're going to grow 10 times better than what they would if you just left them alone,
Think
you
about
know.
saying that to your kids. Same thing,
Same thing with your kids and other people. Like we're
and other
all the
people.
same. We're the same as plants.
Positive
We all need
words
that.
and
It's
love.
and we talked a little bit about that last time about how like not last episode but maybe a couple, but about how like positive encouragement makes people perform better in the future even if they did
100%.
really crappy job before. It's like if you just tell them, "Oh, you're awesome at that. Oh my god, look at you go," like you're doing such a great job, keep up the good work, that kind of stuff. Those
It does.
words make people do better in the future. So
It does.
it's not like you're
They feel
lying to them.
appreciated.
It's just that you're telling them the future about themselves. So
Yep.
that's how we have to talk to each other. Like, if you want someone to do better, you got to tell them that they're doing good right now.
Exactly.
You got to
You got to tell them
encourage
right
them
now
now.
that how good they are and how
You're
wonderful
telling
and
them their
awesome.
future.
Yep.
So you got to do that to
Well,
yourself too. Talk to yourself in the mirror and say, "I'm doing amazing. Look at me. I'm successful. successful, blah, blah, blah. You got to vibrate at that frequency. Because
Manifest
if you do it, it will happen for you. Naturally, it just will happen. It will be. Whatever you say about yourself will be. You will become whatever you say you are. You will become whatever you believe you are. So,
I think my mother has always said my whole life that, if you tell this person they're this, they're going to believe that and they're going to become that.
yeah.
And I used to tell her, no, come on. Like, we know better than that. But it's true. Like,
it is true.
You're constantly telling somebody they're bad and this. Guess what? They're probably going to be like, you know what? They think I'm bad. I'm going to be bad.
Your words echo through people's minds, even if you don't realize that they do. Like, and not even just that. Like, I remember, God, it stuck with me forever. My grandma, when I got a divorce, she messaged me one thing my entire adult life. Like, she's only said one thing to me, and it was, "Get it together, girl."
Oh.
And that, like, seriously rang through my entire experience. I remember those words because it's your grandma, right? But
right,
you have to understand the effect that your words have on people.
They do.
Because they have a big effect on people.
They really do.
I know.
And if there's one thing that you can try, tell yourself today, I'm going to say something nice to somebody today. Like, pick a person.
Definitely.
I was actually thinking about that too, because you're saying like we should have these daily goals, and I think we should too. We should have daily goals and start them today. Don't wait till January 1st. I'm gonna start on Monday. That's my favorite.
I got a message from the universe the other day when I was meditating, and it had a lot to do with this because it's about goals. It's about if you want something, right? And it said, if you want something, then you have to be patient, but attract it to you by living in harmony with that vibration of that thing. So whatever it is that you want, you have to live like you already do it, like you already are it, right? You have to live that vibration and allow yourself to meditate every day on it. If you really want something, meditate on it every day and imagine yourself already living that moment. And keep living that vibration. You're tuning yourself to that side of the universe, and the universe will bring it to your life. It's like that movie, The Secret. It's so much like that. You guys have to understand, it's all vibration. It's all your energy. Whatever you feel like you want in your life, you're going to attract it to you if you keep on meditating about it. Keep on allowing yourself to vibrate on that frequency.
Envisioning it, breathing it in.
Don't make choices. Don't make choices that are trying to avoid things that you don't want. Make choices that are pushing you in the right direction, that are positive energy. Instead of like the negative energy about avoiding things, the positive push. Just ignore the other stuff. Just push forward to your goal.
Don't think about what you're not doing right. Think about what you want and push and bring that into your life.
And don't
daily.
have fear. And don't have fear about failure. Don't have fear about what could happen if you do certain things. Don't allow those vibrations to enter your mind too long, because those things will keep you from pursuing things. That's the fear keeps us from living. The fear and the worry about what's going to happen or who's going to say something or whatever. If you want something, you have to vibrate on that frequency and push for it, man. Push for that goal and live in harmony with that vibration. That's what the universe was telling me. So I feel like it's really important for us to focus on those things right now, because this is the time. This is our time right now.
It's always now.
Right now is our time. We have these moments.
I shared a quote the other day that said, "The light at the end of the tunnel is now. Live to be great. Do not waste one single minute of your life." And of course, that was my favorite person, Justin Furstenfeld. But it's true. The time is now. And if you want to make, if you have things you want in your life, do them. I can't emphasize that enough. If you're unhappy, I know it's hard to make a change, because you're right. There is a fear. There's a scary thing, especially like if it's your job, like, and that's the thing you financially depend on. I will tell you that there may come a day where you don't have the choice. Your job's just it might go away. Some people have experienced that this year. And then what? And you're forced to pursue the next thing. mean, you have no choice.
Yeah.
So if you're unhappy in your position right now at work, write down some things that you wish you were doing and find a way to do those things. Do
and
them.
think about really though, but you have to be honest with yourself about what you really want. You have to be really honest with yourself, because there's sometimes people think that they want something. They think that they want to pursue a certain path. But it's really just because other people have told them that, oh, you should do this or you should do that, right?
Or
And
that
so you get this.
You have to be a certain thing, yeah.
Yeah, but think about what you really are, like, and what you really enjoy doing, and try to think about different avenues that involve those things, right? That you could pursue, because there's many different things in the world that you might not even realize are career options or whatever, you know? So
there's a lot, especially right now, there's a lot of new a lot of new options, virtual options that people didn't even realize existed. I mean, something we've discovered in doing this, there's not a lot of software for remote discussion. The way Jessica and I run our podcast is obviously we're in completely different states, and there was a lot of like fine tuning to get this all set up. I mean, right now I have to have like 40 screens, no, not 40, but I have to have all these screens open to make this communication work. And you know, maybe you're really good at technology and can create that, you know, that's a whole new job right there.
Like,
I mean,
hey,
we need to have a streamline where we can post to all of our social medias,
every account,
and not just our business account. Like, there's not a way for us to streamline it. They're just not, because they're all not connected per se, and it's annoying. So you know, I mean,
there's so many.
There's a lot of innovative things that you need still,
and that's what's beautiful about like times that are dark and times that are hard and struggle. Because out of struggle comes ingenuity and creativity and new inventions and things that make things better for people. And that's what technology and all of that stuff is supposed to be for. It's supposed to make our lives easier, right? So I think it's awesome.
So just recapping on, like, you know, some things that we think that we're going to do personally, you know, is set these attainable, reachable goals today, not tomorrow, today, and try to find ways to be more self-sufficient, self-reliant. Planting gardens, if you're not doing that, definitely look into that, or message us on how to do that. We can post some tips on our page. So if you're not following us, please like and subscribe to our channel. Follow us on social media, because there's a lot of good information out there. I mean, I'll have Jessica post some of the things that she found on Kiss the Ground. That can help you set your goals to be more self-reliant. Having a food storage is a really good thing, especially right now. I mean, there's a lot of people with lots of conspiracies lately saying, you need to have this. I mean, don't go hoard the toilet paper, y'all. Please don't do that. But make sure you have food storage is a really good thing to have for your family, just in case. What if there's a disaster? Something I had learned in Florida was to always be prepared, because they have random hurricanes and power goes out and things flood, and if you don't have food and water and all that jazz, you might be in trouble. So I highly recommend finding ways to be more self-reliant and prepared. And then, you know, in your other goals, make a plan. Have a plan. Write it all down. Writing down things that you want to accomplish is huge in achieving those things. I have a whole video on feeling accomplished, or how to feel accomplished, that I'm going to release this week. And it gives you some really great tips that you can use to help you feel like you're getting something done. Because, you know, some of us have like 75 million things on our list. And it's, you know, if you only check off 3 of those things on that big list, you feel like crap.
Yeah.
I want to help you accomplish those things on your list. Because I've found a way, and when I do it, now I don't always do it, but when I implement it into my day,
Yeah.
it's a good day.
It is.
That's why I like Wednesday. Wednesday's such a great day because I get up
Wake
early. I get up early. I do my show, and I just have a great rest of the day. All day. I start my day off right. You know, we're talking about good, positive things, and
Yep.
yeah.
It's
so,
beautiful.
I don't know.
You're so beautiful.
Jean Miette says they are farming lots of food plants in his backyard. Oh, that's so cool. I can't. I'm so. We
That's
really
what your
want
other
to
friend
go.
said too. Farming lots
Yeah.
of food. Yeah.
We want to. Yeah. No. Did I say Jean Miette? I meant Pajush. Oh my gosh. Jean Miette. I can't have my glasses on. I'm like not paying attention.
Yeah, she can't read. It's okay. We forgive you. We love you.
Sorry, Pajush. Pajush has been my longest working buddy forever. We've been friends, gosh, since the beginning. We were there together at the beginning, and I hope to one day go to India and meet all of my coworkers. I've met one of them. I met Kieran. He came to Alabama, and actually that's where Kira got her name from, because we were hanging out with Kieran and my bosses, and he told me his birthday was November 25th, which is that was her due date, and actually that was the day she was born. And I was like, oh, we should name her Kira after Kieran. And then I was just like, I like that name. So
I love it too. It's so good. It's perfect for her.
It's fun. But yeah, I've had these friends for I think 7 years now that I've never met, and I know we work together, but we are friends. They're all great friends. They've been great guys, and I am so lucky to have them in my life. And I pray for the day that we get to meet, because it's gonna be a great day. But yeah, some of them are in Bangladesh, Romania, Mexico. There's people are all over that I work with, and I just love it because we bring all of our culture and all of our flavor into the team. And
that's kind of something we talked about a little bit on our Friday show, was the spices that we bring to the world.
Oh yeah, the gumbo. We're like a bowl of soup, and all of us bring a flavor to the game. And that's what I love about collaboration. Collaboration can bring so many good things. I've been trying to find these things that I want to do on top of doing the show, and I was like, well, Jess, you need to be there too, because together I feel like we make this really great combo, and I want to keep that vibe going, because it's so good. And
I love it.
And that's what you bring other people's flavor into your life, because everybody has different thoughts and different loves, and we all can contribute something really amazing. And working on projects, it's good to have others' perspectives. It's good to have different ideas. So don't be afraid to collaborate with people.
Yeah, definitely.
I look forward to making music and collaborating with people, because
I can't wait to hear what you come up with.
I wrote out all the notes to one of my songs last night, the melody. I wrote all the notes, so now I'm trying to figure out which chords go with those notes. I don't know yet.
Aw, great.
I'm like, I just play the guitar and strum what sounds. I know the chords on the guitar, but when it comes to music theory and what notes go with what notes, I'm still learning that. So
you'll get it.
My cousin.
Easy.
I was texting my cousin. I was like, what chords go with these notes? And he's like, you should play it in this. I'm like, okay, I don't know what you're saying.
You're good.
I hope I can figure it out.
You will. You will.
Yeah.
It'll click, and then you'll be like, oh, okay.
But I'm committing to at least 10 minutes a day to practice on something musical, and that's something that I've started working on a little bit ago.
Good.
And it makes me happy, so that's how I'm doing it.
Good.
And yeah, so I guess we better go. It's been an hour.
I know.
Gosh, the hour goes by so fast.
It does.
Oh, it's sad when it's over.
I know.
No. And it's. Are you doing anything tomorrow night? Right, New Year's Eve. Are you gonna do anything?
I'm meeting up with a friend for coffee tomorrow, and then I don't know.
So I mean, I know like here there's not like a lot of, I don't think there's any like productions going on because they're trying to limit gathering. But our entire neighborhood, actually the entire island, shoots off fireworks every 5 minutes here, and a lot of
Nice.
people are finding it annoying. And I understand if they have like animals or little kids trying to sleep, they're finding it annoying. But I'm actually enjoying seeing all the random fireworks because it's very likely we're not going to get a fireworks show this year. Um, so I think we're gonna go out. There's like this. We live on a hill, and if you go to this part by the golf course, there's you can see all of Pearl Harbor, um, which means you can see all of the city, which means you can see all the random people shooting off fireworks. So I think that's what we're gonna do.
That's
And I
awesome.
don't think I'll have to wait till midnight because I mean seriously, they've been shooting them off even during the
I'm like,
day.
oh my goodness.
I don't know why they're shooting. I'm like, you can't even see that. Why shoot it off during the day? But
That's
whatever.
cute.
People are. They brought in some. You're not allowed to do that here. It's technically illegal, but somebody smuggled in some illegal fireworks because they're like full on big, huge fireworks.
My
So
God.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm sure tomorrow is going to be crazy because it's the secret they didn't tell you about Hawaii is that people shoot off fireworks every weekend. And then from Thanksgiving till February, I was told they shoot off fireworks all day long.
Oh my.
Yeah.
It sounds like a party every day.
I like it.
I love it.
That's why I'm like, oh, it doesn't bother me. I mean, yeah, it's a little annoying, but like, yeah,
It's fine.
people are having a good time. People are having some fun and joy, and
Yeah.
that's all we can. That's all we can hope for. Fun and joy. But
Yeah.
all right, I will stop blabbering.
You're
Please,
fine. I love you.
I love you too. Be sure to set some good positive goals for yourself and do them.
Yeah.
And if you need help, we're here for you.
Yep.
But we love you, and remember the time is always now.
Mm-hmm.
And we will see you next
See you
week.
next week. Next Wednesday. Love you guys.
Yes. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.